video will show you how to carry out a Brompton mainframe hinge replacement. Over time, excessive play can develop in the mainframe hinge. If there is any radial movement in the bore hole, then the hinge needs to be replaced. Warn the customer that paint damage could be possible during this replacement. If the hinge is seized, it will need to first be sprayed with anti-seize. If this does not work, please look to remove the pin, clean the bore hole of the hinge, and replace with a pin of the same diameter. The tools needed to replace the hinge are 1/4-inch drill bit and power drill, hammer, 5mm drift, 10mm Allen key, 6mm, 6.1 or 6.35mm reamer, mainframe and handlebar stem hinge tool. We recommend that you do this job with the bike upside down. The spindle has a splined end. You must drill the non-splined end. This is the end underneath the bike. Drill to a maximum depth of no more than 4mm. Use a 1/4-inch drill bit to do this and a cutting compound. Use the hinge spindle tool to drive out the spindle. Check the alignment of the tool and that it is straight. Make sure that when the pin is being extracted, make sure that the pin is being extracted through the tool's bore hole, i.e. straight to the hinge. Protect the ends of the hinge with a leather, thick fabric or plastic sheet to minimise any potential paint damage. You may need to tap out the rest of the spindle using a drift. The hinge tool has many built-in clever features. This slot shows if the spindle is a mainframe spindle or a stem spindle. If the spindle fits in the hole, it is a stem spindle. You should always double check you have the correct spindle. These holes show if the hinge spindle is a 6, 6.1 or 6.35mm hinge. A 6mm spindle is standard. If replacing the hinge due to it being stiff, you should be able to use the same size spindle that was removed. If you are replacing it due to play, you will need to replace the hinge spindle and you will need to size up. The hinge spindles are available in 6mm, 6.1mm and 6.35mm. Be aware that when you split the frame in half, there is potential for the front half of the bike to be damaged, as it is no longer secured to the bike in the stand. Find a solution for this. In this case, we use a zip tie. Apply cutting compound to the reaming tool. Then use the reaming tool to ream out the bore. Make sure to ream both halves of the hinge. Clean the swarf from the reaming. Grease the spindle on the non-splined end. Lightly tighten the hinge clamp to help keep the frame together. Turn the bike around. Insert the pin from the top side of the bike and gently tap the new pin through the hinge bore until there is 2 to 3mm of the pin still showing. The knurled end faces upwards when the bike is the correct way up. Check the action of the hinge and that it moves freely without any play. If there is play, you should redo the job with a larger pin. You do this now as it is easy to remove the pin at this point. Invert the tool head and use the alignment section of the tool to centre the pin. Use the hinge clamp tool to press the hinge pin using the part of the tool shown. You may hear an audible pop, crack, or feel a slipping sensation. This is the end of the pin compressing and splaying. The hinge is installed and both sides of the pin top have splay.